As a kid, were you the smart one? The one who got good grades without even trying? But now, you feel stuck. That's me. I was the kid that was easy to deal with. I always had fun studying and solving problems. It felt like a game, and getting good grades meant parents are happy and I'm the best daughter ever. Until high school. High school was when I realized I'm not that smart. As a matter of fact, I may be less than average. I struggled to study because I didn't find it fun anymore. I also hated science, and it was the main subject that year. I barely passed that year after being an excellent student just months ago. The rest of high school went like this. I learned something at school. I say I'm gonna study again and do the homework when I get home. But then boom, I did nothing. I procrastinated on every task that included long time and effort. The last year of high school was the real struggle. I had back, which is the exam that will determine my uni specialty and overall my life. I studied a lot, and by a lot I mean 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. I sacrificed a lot of things in the process. I lost hair, lost health, lost motivation. Basically, I was the burnt out. Even though I studied a lot, I still lost focus a lot. I struggled to solve problems. My brain couldn't hold into any information. I cried a lot too. I felt my dreams slipping away slowly as I restudied the same thing every day and still couldn't solve anything. I pushed myself so much that by the time the exam came, I was lacking so much. When I was in the physics exam, which is worth a lot of my grade, and also is the subject I studied maybe like 4 hours daily, I suddenly forgot everything. Months of work and solving problems and memorizing formulas, all gone. I started panicking and writing anything I can remember, but nothing. It felt like my brain betrayed me. I cried so much that day that my eyes were so puffy the next day that I almost couldn't see. It felt so horrible knowing that all my hard work did nothing. In the end, I got the grade of 12 out of 20, which is not good to pursue my dreams or apply for any good universities. I went for computer science in a small uni, which happened to be new, so the grades they were asking for weren't high. In my first year of uni, the same thing happened. I procrastinated and I couldn't focus on anything the teacher said. And I failed the first semester. At this point, I thought I needed a gap year so my brain can rest a bit. But the thought of wasting a year of my life on resting was unacceptable in my brain. Later that year, I learned about ADHD. I saw myself in it and understood how my brain works. I worked better than the second semester based on what I learned so far, and it worked. I passed the first year. I learned more about ADHD and that my brain is no longer naturally smart, and I actually have to study and get things done. It is still hard to start a task with ADHD, but with a change of the mindset, the new ways I learned to study, I'm ready for my second year as a computer science major. If you saw yourself struggling like I do, and felt like your symptoms look like mine, then you might have ADHD. Maybe you're not alone. Subscribe if you want to follow my messy little journey. I'd love to have you here. See you in the next video.